Typically, we go to the hospital to treat an illness that we already have. But what if we walked out of the hospital with something much more serious? According to an article written in 2017 by Stacey Haversick, an RN with critical care nurse, this was the case for about 722,000 individuals in 2011. These illnesses are called hospital-acquired infections, HAIs, and the most common mode of transmission for these is through contaminated hands. I've spent hours researching how germs affect our lives and how something as simple as hand washing can help us in defense against bacteria. Today I'm going to be talking about hand hygiene. First, I'm going to talk about how much bacteria we pick up and how it affects us. Second, I'm going to talk about how and why people don't wash their hands. And lastly, I'm going to talk about how to properly practice hand hygiene. First, I'll discuss how many germs we pick up. Second, I'll explain how these bacteria can affect us. Germs are everywhere. We pick them up when we sneeze, cough, or come in contact with pretty much anything. According to an article written in 2008 by Deborah McKenzie, a journalist with The New Scientist, titled "The Feminine Touch Carries More Germs," the average person's hands carry at least 3,000 different bacteria and more than 100 different species. These germs can affect our lives immensely. Next, I'm going to discuss how much these germs can affect us. According to an article titled "Hand Washing, Clean Hands Save Lives," the germs that often catch onto our hands can lead to different respiratory infections and can cause diarrhea, salmonella, and E. coli. Now that I told you how easy it is to pick up bacteria, let me tell you about how many people don't wash their hands. A study done by the American Society of Microbiology showed that only 75% of females and 58% of males actually wash their hands after using the public restroom. Although hand washing is such a simple and effective way to prevent infections and diseases, many individuals don't do it. Researchers at Michigan State University camped out in public restrooms and found that only 5% of individuals properly wash their hands. Only 5% of individuals wash their hands properly enough to kill infection-causing bacteria. Now that I told you about how many people don't wash their hands or don't do it properly, let me tell you about the solution to this problem. First, I'm going to tell you about why you need to practice hand hygiene. Second, I'm going to tell you about how to do it properly. According to an article written in 2000 by Ruth Lexier, an RN with Infection Control Today, hand washing is the single most effective way to prevent transmission of antimicrobial resistance organisms, such as bacteria that cause MRSA in humans. Hand washing is so simple yet so effective. 30 seconds of your day can help you prevent weeks of illness. Proper hand hygiene should be pretty simple, but many people rush through it and don't do it properly. This pretty much defeats the purpose of washing your hands in the first place. If you're not going to get rid of the germs, why even do it, right? It is important to wash your hands as often as possible. To properly wash your hands, lather some soap on your hands, make sure you scrub between your fingers and under your nails, scrub for at least 20 seconds, then dry your hands. I mean, it's not that hard, but many people don't do it. We have discussed the importance of washing your hands and how to practice hand hygiene. Now that I told you about how easy it is to pick up germs, how many people don't wash their hands properly, if at all, and the significance of hand washing and how to do it properly, I hope you can leave here today with an understanding of how something so simple yet so effective could save you so much time, money, and health if done properly and often enough. So go out there and wash your hands.